After all, this one is going to be the first one after WrestleMania, or should I say the first one after Stand and Deliver. What an amazing, amazing show that was, Since the WrestleMania weekend, or actually since night one, I'd been saying that Stand and Deliver was so much better than WrestleMania itself, and I think that we stand right, we stand corrected. Stand and Deliver was better than WrestleMania night one, at least night one, or should I say night two? Maybe I should say night two as well. By the way, great to see everybody. Welcome. Hope you all are doing well. Great seeing you, Miss Carr. We got my brother Andy right here. Good to see you, Andy. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. That's right. It kicked butt. Simply saying it kicked butt. You're right about that, Andy. 100%. Great to see you. And here we are now with, wow, this is good. Andy, I'm sure you're watching. I'm sure you're liking what you're seeing on TV screen right now. We got Liv Morgan right here. We got Tatum Paxley. We got Gigi Dolan. Of course, we got Raquel Rodriguez. This one is going to be a good match. It's going to be a good one. Of course, very appealing itself. These two ladies, they just won the tag team titles like yesterday. So they have to defend it today itself already. It's crazy. Three nights in a row, they have had to defend their tag team titles. One night, they had to fight for it. Two nights, they had to defend it. It should be interesting. We got my brother True in the house. Great seeing you, True. Welcome. We hope you're doing well. Great seeing you. And let's see. Wow. Look at that. And Raquel Rodriguez right now, just woman handling her opponent in the ring, tossing her away just like that. Look at that, the confidence of Raquel Rodriguez. We got my brother Jonathan right here. Great seeing you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Great seeing you. AJ won Gigi and Tatum get the belts so NXT can have tag title belts. That'd be nice. That would be nice, Andy. That's actually a good, sure, why not? And here we are, drop kick right here from Liv Morgan to Raquel Rodriguez. I'm sorry, Raquel Rodriguez, by the way, tagged out. All right, Gigi right here. A drop kick to Liv, and she goes straight to Raquel Rodriguez, tagging her in. And Raquel Rodriguez now tagged inside. Wow. Look at Gigi right there, dominating Raquel Rodriguez as we speak at the moment and flying from the top rope. And Raquel Rodriguez almost missed, almost slipped, but she grabbed her. She grabbed her, and now a body slam right there, hard to the mat. Gigi goes down. Wow. Look at that. Thank you for that, Jonathan. That's right, guys. If you're new here, or if you are one of my brothers, make sure you've hit the like button. Thank you. I'm pretty sure you've already, if you're the brothers, right? If you're in the gang, if you know what I mean. If you're in the circle, that's right. And here we are now. We got, Liv Morgan out, just tossing Gigi Dolan off the top turnbuckle down to the ringside area. You're right about that, brother. You're totally right about that, Andy. No denying the beauty of either women right now, actually, in the ring. All of them incredible. Incredibly gifted, talented, beautiful, everywhere you put it. By the way, still not over last night's Raw. What a great Raw that was, right? One of the best that I've seen in a very long time. I actually posted some shorts, some videos, from that Raw onto social media on Instagram, and people loved it. People loved the reaction. People loved the fact that the Raw was great. And the common topic was that how was Raw better than WrestleMania? Some said it's great. Some said it's really crazy to think that Raw was better than WrestleMania itself. And you know what? It's interesting because last night, while we were watching Raw, and when you guys said that you guys went to a commercial break, and I did not. And I was getting like fillers in between. I wasn't like really on commercial, but like Michael Cole was talking, or there were some filler backstage segments happening, but we were on TV. Like they had something special for us rolling even during the commercial breaks in the US. But right now, we on NXT are on commercials, like, as you can see, and I believe it's commercial for everybody. No fillers, none of that stuff. We are just straight up on commercials at the moment. And let's see, we got Andy saying, I love seeing Braun at, oh, me too. That popped me. You know, Braun Breaker has a bright future ahead of himself. Even like when I was watching him at WrestleMania the other night, I was like, this guy hands down is like right now one of the best talents in the ring in the WWE, without a doubt, without question. The only question is, how are they going to push him? And the next night, we got the answer to that question. Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, you know, these guys have joined forces for one reason only, and that's to push Braun Breaker as the next big thing. And they'll do it. They'll do it without a doubt. They will successfully build him, or should I say, reimagine Braun Breaker, redevelop Braun Breaker, and push Braun Breaker as a menace. Absolutely. He's got to be the next Brock Lesnar, if not even better. We got Ricky, my brother, in the house. By the way, great seeing you, Ricky. Welcome. And we got Jonathan says, I love that Superman punch. Oh, me too. I loved every bit of it. Surprisingly, you know, I mean, of course, Braun Breaker winning is such a big deal. But I was looking at social media, right? There was more chirp about Braun Breaker, you know, joining Heyman and becoming a Paul Heyman guy than there was about Rusev coming back. Not a lot of people seem to like be very interested in Rusev. When I posted the thing about Rusev, one of the first comments that I got was, who cares, right? And then somebody said, oh, I do care. But, you know, there were mixed feelings. Some cared, some didn't really care. So you got to wonder where Rusev is going to go from here. Is he going to stay in the mid-cards? Is he going to go do something better? That's a question. Right now, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be an interesting journey for Rusev in the WWE, which also I don't think it's going to be super easy, but it's definitely going to be interesting. We shall find out, and here we are now. Ricky, once again, great seeing you. AJ, I just imagine when Scott Steiner's son gets into wrestling, oh yeah, you know, that'd be crazy. And Ricky says, I talked to you, brother, because I am in art class right now. Oh, that's great, Ricky. That's great. Don't skip class. Pay attention. We can watch the show later. That's okay. But you pay attention to the class. That's all right. And here we are now, Raquel Rodriguez. Once again, great seeing everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. True, much love to you. And here we are now, Raquel Rodriguez once again tagging and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan right here with a kick. Wow, kick right there to Tatum Paxley. And now going for a suplex. You know, it's been a while, obviously, as you know, that I'm watching NXT. I mean, I watch it very sporadically, but that changes tonight. Starting tonight, we're watching NXT every single week. But, you know, it's quite interesting. Tatum Paxley has developed so much. Like, I can see she a much better performer, a much better presenter than she was the last time I watched NXT. You can see the development over there. It's cool. And let's see, we got Andy saying, Ricky, have a fun time in the class. That's right, Andy. That's exactly right. Nobody asked me about my change in wardrobe tonight. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm not wearing a shirt, right? There's obviously a change in the wardrobe. I thought that was going to be the first question that you're going to be asking me, but that's okay. Now, actually, it's not really a change in wardrobe. This is what happens when you wake up like 20 minutes before you have to go live. And then you got to do the best that you can do, right? So that's what I did. Thanks, Jonathan. I thought that, okay, like, let me very quickly put on my suit. I even got my suit and my shirt on. But then I thought, wait a second, AJ. What show are we exactly watching tonight? That's right, we're watching NXT. So why exactly do I have to, you know, wear a suit? It doesn't make sense. And I went for the casual look. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. You get it. And here we are now. Gigi, by the way, taking on Liv Morgan. Big kick to the back of the head. Liv Morgan in trouble. Gigi pulls her back in. Big clothesline. Liv Morgan actually down. Liv Morgan being woman hounded right now by Gigi Dolan. Look at that. And once again going for the cover. Shoulders were down. Liv Morgan, though, kicking out at a 2. You know, say what you want about Liv or Dominic. These two, they might be dirty, but they play it clean. Like Dominic will not interfere in Liv Morgan's business. Same way, Liv Morgan's not going to be interfering in Dominic's business. They keep it clean in the ring, so I appreciate that. By the way, we got Tatum Paxley in trouble here. Liv Morgan lifting her up. I got a feeling that Liv and Raquel are retaining tonight. I have a strong feeling they're walking home with the championship. And here we are, cover on Liv on Raquel Rodriguez and Tatum tagging in G. I don't think that Raquel Rodriguez realizes it, but Tatum is not the legal competitor. Gigi Dolan is. And here we are. It is. Oh, she doesn't realize it. Gigi Dolan is going to go for a moonsault, it seems, on the top turnbuckle. There you go. Raquel Rodriguez is down. Yeah, she did not realize it. That's crazy. Thank you, my brother Sammy G. Thank you. Thank you. Much love to you, brother. And here we are now. We're going for a cover once again on Raquel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan steps in and breaks it up right there. Thanks, Andy. Thank you. Thanks for the approval, guys. Thank you, guys. Thanks. And here we are now. No, for today, though, honestly, it was either get on camera, you know, the casual look, or be late by like 15 minutes. And I thought, you know, let's get on camera with the casual look. So that's what we did. Yeah. And here we are now. It is a double T move right here from Tatum and Gigi to Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez sent back, and the tag has been made to Liv Morgan. I don't know if Gigi and Tatum, they don't realize it. Holy crap. Look at that code breaker from Liv Morgan. That was a thing of beauty. And we got Raquel Rodriguez now. She's not the legal competitor. Liv Morgan, though, with the crazy DDT to Gigi, going for the cover. It's a 1, it's a 2, and there we have it. The ever so beautiful, graceful, incredible Liv Morgan retains the title. Incredible. Liv and Raquel are still the tag team champions. Hell yeah. Andy says it's got to be bad booking if Liv retains. Well, she did, brother. She indeed did. She is, once again. So, I mean, still the champion. I understand that it could have been like bad booking for them to retain. But then again, you know, it wouldn't have made a lot of sense, like, you know, them retaining last night. I mean, they just like dropped it at WrestleMania, then retained it last night, and to drop it again, it wouldn't have made a lot of sense. And to be honest, it also hurts the title a little bit, because if the title keeps changing hand ever so frequently, it loses its value a little bit. You know which title changed its hands very frequently? It used to be the 24/7 title. It used to be the Speed title, and you know those weren't very prestigious. So. It's okay. I feel like, you know, you're right that the titles should go to NXT. Like they need a tag team title for sure, but not tonight. I feel maybe a bigger stage, maybe a bigger platform, but hopefully Gigi and Tatum get another shot, and they're gonna reclaim that title very soon. I hope so. And that was bad booking. They're waiting for the Bella Sisters. That's crazy. If that is right, Andy, that is crazy. By the way, Penn and Teller, it looks like Lexus King is trying to work with them to get his Heritage Cup back.
Vegas all weekend. I haven't been dieting, I've been training, I've been doing Vegas things.
That's the deal. You have to defend it or you don't get it back. Simple as that. Deal?
Deal. Okay. We'll bring it back.
Now, once again, you know the deal. You have to admit that we are magic. Look in the camera. Say we are magic.
That's crazy.
We are magic. Magic is real.
Okay? And you have to defend it tonight. You ready for that?
So gullible.
Okay.
Lexus King, I had no idea, but such a gullible guy, right? That's crazy.
Wow. Awesome.
That's crazy.
You're defending it tonight.
Against who?
Oh, that'll be a surprise.
You know what? That's actually funny. When Penn and Teller first showed up, I cringed hard when they did what they did at Stand and Deliver. But the fact that they brought it back and said, okay, you gotta defend it tonight, and Lexus King falling for it, it just goes on to show how gullible he is, right? What a great guy. What a sweet guy. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be seeing the Heritage Cup being defended. That should be interesting. AJ, it's true, Nikki Bella had said she's waiting for her sister to be ready to wrestle again. Now, that's crazy, Andy. Tag team titles to the Nikki Bella and Brie Bella twins. It makes very little sense to me. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that idea at all. Not at all. All right. But I'm not, to be honest, why am I even surprised? I should not be surprised, you know? The Bella twins, they just, for some reason, you know, they're always the center of attraction all the time. For some reason. All right, let's see. Commercial break upon us once again, guys. Let's see what else do we have going on over here. All right, so is there anything big in wrestling news? Let's check. Wow, so we have a news here that says that a WWE star has been injured and will be needing surgery. So that's interesting. Who is this person? Oh, Kevin Owens. To talk about Kevin Owens, it seems. Okay, not Kevin Owens, actually. So Tama Tonga has suffered an injury, and he will be missing some in-ring time. It's said that he could be requiring surgery. We don't know. It's not revealed yet what kind of injury it exactly is, but it does say that he is injured. He'll be taking some time off, and he might require injury. That is crazy. And now we've got another big one here, which is crazy. So apparently there were some WWE WrestleMania plans that were there, that were in place once, but they were scrapped later on. Actually, these plans don't look so bad. They actually look good. They could have been something, right? So these plans were a World Heavyweight title match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Gunther. So apparently Punk, Rollins, and Gunther were supposed to have a triple threat match for the championship. Another match that was scrapped apparently was the women's world title match between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Of course, Io Sky got added into the play. She was the champion, so things changed over there, obviously. Then we had the women's championship match between Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. I'm kind of glad that this match didn't happen because I'm not really a big fan of Nia Jax, and I don't think there's a lot of Nia Jax fans out there. So I think I'm kind of glad that this match got called off. Then we had the Wyatt Six versus Judgment Day. It could have been a cool match, but honestly, Judgment Day right now, even though the Wyatt Six is always absent, the Judgment Day right now is not as serious or a big of a deal as they used to be once. So I don't think that them versus Wyatt Six would be a big deal anyways. So I don't know how to feel about this match at all, the idea of this match. Then there was a women's tag team match between Charlotte and Becky versus Io and Asuka. Not a big fan of this match either. Bad Bunny versus Dominic Mysterio would have been cool, why not? But him winning the title is cooler than that. Braun Breaker versus Drew McIntyre would have been a waste of time. I'm glad it did not happen. And here we are. By the way, we got my brother, my man, actually my brothers, my guys right here. We got Andrew, a.k.a. Natik, and we got Jeff, a.k.a. Bojets in the chat. Great seeing you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Much love. And we got Jeff saying casual office day, AJ. Great question, Jeff. What happened was that this is what happens when you wake up like 20 minutes before you're supposed to go live and you're like in a full panic mode and you gotta make a decision. Either take a shower, get ready as quickly as you can, and show up in a casual wear, or get ready, do what you do, put on your suit and tie, and show up 15 minutes late. So I decided to show up in a casual wear on time rather than showing up in a formal attire like I usually do. But 15 minutes late. So here we are now. I hope you like the look, though. I hope you like it. That's right. Casual agent today. That's right. I'm just a casual man. What can I say? I'm just, you know that meme. I'm just a chill guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm just a chill guy tonight. Yeet. That's right. We got my brother Andy over here saying Bella sisters were supposed to be in the very first tag title match, but they went different direction. Well, kind of glad that they went that direction. And here we are getting a commercial for Penn and Teller. I like Penn and Teller. Actually, I feel like I want to watch Penn and Teller now. They kind of tricked Lexus King. I mean, Lexus King is such a gullible guy. I kind of feel bad about him, right? I mean, really, the guy was like, magic ain't real, and Penn and Teller were kind enough to show him that it is real by bullying him into believing him, into making him believe that no, it is real. They brought the Heritage Cup back, but they said now that you have it back, you must defend the cup tonight. So tonight we're gonna be seeing a big ass match. I don't know who. Wait, actually, I'm watching NXT after a long time, so honestly, that guy, I saw him and I was like, wait, that looks like a baby Randy Orton. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not familiar, I can't recall the name, but wow, the resemblance that this guy has with Randy Orton is crazy. Is he not like related to him? That's crazy. And there we are. That's my guy right there, J1 Evans. What a guy. What a great guy. That's my man. That's my man right there.
I got you. How about we see how a 2-on-2 goes?
And Sammy says, do you do this full time now, AJ? Well, brother, this is for love. So we do it for love. And yeah, it's exciting. I mean, do I do this full time? Well, well, if doing it at 5:30 in the morning counts full time, I guess it's full time. But yeah, we are here full time now. We are here for all the shows. We're not going anywhere. We're right here, Sammy. And I'm giving this all my time. I'm giving this my attention. And watch-alongs are here, and we're gonna be adding more videos as well in the coming days. Gotta be adding to the library. So yeah, you can say that I'm doing it full time right now, brother. We got Broman, by the way. He says, gonna watch you on the treadmill, but I'm here. Wow, Broman, welcome. Great seeing you, my brother. Welcome. He says, hope all is well. All is great, man. You're on the treadmill right now. That's cool. You gotta let me know, A, what speed, and B, what inclination. Let me know. And C, what song do you listen to when you're usually on the treadmill? Let me know, bro, man. I need some tips. And we got Andy saying, I want Lexus King to channel his father, Brian Pill. Me too. Sometimes it feels like he's lost a little bit, but I agree with you. He should be channeling his father, the great Brian Pillman. We got Andrew saying, there's dude. Oh, he's a dude from LFG. That's why I couldn't recognize him. Okay, that's cool, brother. You've got to admit that there is some resemblance with Randy Orton. Like the first time I saw him, I was like, "Yo, Randy looks fresh." That's cool. We got my man Ricky Saints here.
And he loves you back, baby.
Much love to you, brother Andy. Much love.
Going off of that, I kicked off WrestleMania weekend with a bang when I successfully defended the North American Championship against a man who is forever going to be a thorn in my side, and that is you, all ego, Ethan Page. Yeah, my mom agrees as well. But
His mom agrees as well. That's funny.
this week when we had a historic 2-night of WrestleMania, but it was at Stand and Deliver that I made good on my promise that I said since I stepped
Sure.
in here at NXT. Everything that I said, I've turned into reality. I am the man around here, as you can tell.
Okay, Ricky. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, but that's okay. All right.
And man, Stand and Deliver was surreal, but it felt so good to do it against you, Ethan Page.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now? Is this happening? Is Lexus King defending that cup? Oh, it's interesting.
Now, Ricky. Hold your horses.
That is interesting. Okay, things has changed right here.
You just had an historic win at Stand and Deliver. I've been spending my whole weekend running all over Las Vegas looking for my precious Heritage Cup. All because those clowns, Penn and Teller, made it disappear right before my very eyes.
Okay. Hey, good for you, Lexus, but I have no clue what this has to do with me. I thought you were simply putting on a show. I'm just confused about why you're out there right now.
You know, Ricky, I've actually got business out here. So before you try and cut me off and take up my ring time, I'm defending my Heritage Cup tonight. And if you don't get up out of here, I might set my sights on that North American title as well.
Wow. Lexus King here is making his intentions known, guys. Okay.
You lost before when you don't have a shot at that. It seems to me that your mouth keeps writing checks that your little ass can't cash, partner.
That's cool. Mouth keeps writing checks that the little ass can't cash. That is funny.
Mug, arrogant pricks like you who think they can get over with this gullible audience.
Gullible was the word that I actually used for Lexus King a few minutes ago, but poor guy. By the way, my brother Anil in the chat. Great seeing you, brother Anil. Welcome.
And if you're so confident, Ricky, why don't you give me what I want then? Why don't you put that North American title on the line against me? And no, I don't mean 3 or 4 other guys. I don't mean a little 4-way to stack the odds against me. I've had enough of that here in Vegas. Okay? So how about it? You and me, you know what? I'll even put my cup on the line against you. And we'll make it a double.
Well, I thought he was going to be putting his cup on the line tonight, but he says, okay, I'm going to put it on the line next week. I'm not sure how Penn and Teller feel about it, but I don't feel good about it because I thought, okay, we're going to get an exciting match tonight.
Put it to you like this, you are a very special individual. Oh my God.
All right, Ricky.
The fact that you're even worried about me right now when you have a mystery opponent is very telling. And since I already
Oh, so he will be defending it tonight.
to Ava about all this, guess what? You're on.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Ricky Sainz has just accepted the challenge. Next week for the North American title, it's going to be Ricky versus Lexus King. And Lexus will also be putting his cup on the line, but that is if he's able to successfully defend it tonight. Up next, we are going to be getting Lexus versus that mystery opponent. And since this is the NXT after Stand and Deliver, aka after Mania, we could be getting a big-ass surprise. Who knows? And we got my brother Anil once again. Great seeing you, brother. James says, Andy, does that mean James from LFG? Wait, what does that mean? What does that mean, guys? We got Andy saying James Cutler is on LFG. He's member of Dark State. LFG was recorded before he joined that faction. Really? So does that... I guess it means that he won LFG. I mean, if he's made it all the way on TV, right, on NXT. I guess it means that he won the show. Is that right? That's a good question here from Andrew. Thanks for that, Andrew. And once again, we got commercials right here. Wow, and that's a long commercial. We got a 3-minute commercial over here. So once again, The Rock, by the way, he opened up recently. He spoke about the fact that, of course, he missed WrestleMania. He spoke about the fact that, the whole heel turn of John Cena. So he said John Cena is not a bad guy. He's just keeping it real. He just tells the truth. And secondly, when he was asked about, him missing WrestleMania, Rock had a very interesting answer. He said, people don't realize, but now over the past year, I'm not the final boss. I'm a board of the directors. So I was intrigued by that answer because he showed up at the Elimination Chamber not as a member of the board of directors. He showed up as the final boss. And now when people question the fact that he was absent from WrestleMania, he says that people don't realize, but he's a member of the board. Okay, Rock, I guess you're a member of the board when it's convenient, and when it's not, I guess you're the final boss. So it was quite a politically correct answer. You know what that means? Yeah, it was quite a politically correct answer right there from The Rock. I was not expecting that. But yeah, he did have a few things to say about that. Also, he spoke about Elimination Chamber. He said a month before Chamber, he got a call from Ariel, of course, the guy in charge right now of TKO. So he got a call from him about the idea, and of course, The Rock said yes, and all that happened. But, it seems like we're not going to be seeing The Rock getting really involved in this whole John Cena thing, because at the end of the day, he was just there to help John Cena turn heel. But now that Cena has turned heel, I guess Cena is going to do things himself. He doesn't need The Rock. The Rock's not going to be involved. I guess it won't even be correct to say that he sold his soul to The Rock. I think it'll be correct to say that Cena just turned heel. That's it. He did not sell his soul, I guess, at the end of the day. So all those ideas and those talks about having a third member, or John Cena or Rock doing the number 1, number 2, number 3 hand gestures, I guess all those talks go out the window, because Rock says, I'm a member of the board, not the final boss. So, if he's not the final boss, so I guess we're not going to have a team either. But here we got Jeff saying, AJ, have you seen the series Heels? Your thoughts if you have. I haven't. It was not accessible here, but now it is, so I will check it out. Thanks for that, Jeff. Have you watched it? Let me know if you have, and how did you like it? Thank you. And we got True saying his character is the final boss. Exactly. His character is the final boss. I guess that was just a cover-up for missing WrestleMania, He didn't want to say, I was busy filming or something. He just said, I'm not the final boss, I'm a member of the board. So great cover-up, I guess, by The Rock there. We got Andrew saying, Andy, it's a shame there was so much better than him on the show. Wow, is that right? So he did not win the show. Okay, I see that. All right, we got Sammy, by the way. He says, reports are there's issue between Triple H and The Rock. He was making Triple H look bad during interview by downgrading creative and ticket sales. Is that right? Wow. Clash of egos right there, yeah? I can imagine.
I actually agree. These are going to run real quick because it's in the same locker room you left a few months ago.
By the way, Tia Hale looking good. Good to see her.
And worse.
She was fantastic at Stand and Deliver. Her performance was off the charts. She was great.
You want something done? Then you can do it yourself.
You finished it, James. And Jeff, and how did you like it? Let us know. And Andy says, AJ, the series Heels is very good. It's a shame they never got a chance to continue their series. Yeah, I do recall there being a lot of chirp on social media and some people being very upset because the series got canceled, including, I believe, the director of the series, because they had high hopes. They were drawing good numbers as well in viewership. So I do believe there was a lot of chirp when it got pulled off. Oh. Is that Naomi? Oh, yeah. That's right. That is Naomi Dar. Interesting. So Naomi Dar has accepted the Heritage Cup Open Challenge. So that's basically his mystery opponent. Lexis King, he wouldn't have had to defend this title tonight if it wasn't for Penn and Teller. And here he is now, poor Lexis King, defending the Heritage Cup. And if he is able to defend it successfully, next week he's going to be defending it once again. But it's going to be again Ricky Sainz. Ricky Sainz is going to be putting his North American title on the line. Lexis King is going to be putting his Heritage Cup on the line. So, one way or the other, something's got to change hands next week on NXT. That's something exciting. We got Andy saying, it was a good series, I see. Sorry, everybody. Hope NXT is good. It's great, Ricky. It's great. We miss you, though. We miss you. And let's see. Naomi Dar. Yeah. Really. Andy says, oh, not Naomi Dar. I'm tired of seeing him. No pop at all for Naomi Dar. I guess that already means that this guy is not winning this match tonight. I guess the fact that also the fact that Lexis King so confidently agreed to put his cup on the line next week kind of basically proved already that he was going to win this match, right? This match is basically a walk in the park for him. And here he is, Noam Dar sent headfirst into the top turnbuckle, and Lexis King now following suit. You know who Noam Dar kind of reminds me of? I can't even recall the guy's name now. But there used to be, I interviewed his wife like last year, and never published it. That was a terrible interview. I can't even TJ Perkins, that's right. TJ Perkins, I think that was the name. 1 second. Let me Google and verify. That's right. Noam Dar really reminds me of TJ Perkins. I'm not sure what is it about the two, but I see this guy and TJ Perkins come to my mind. By the way, TJ Perkins was one of the guys that I tried very hard to like, tried very hard to get behind the whole 205 Live and everything. I tried to like TJ Perkins because there was a lot of hype. A lot of people loved Perkins, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll try to get behind as well, but no, I could not. I don't know, was it the character? Was it the guy himself? I'm not sure what it was, but I just never could get behind TJ Perkins. Yeah. And we got Sammy saying, first time watching NXT, you came up on my recommendation, so thought I'd join in. Thank you, Sammy. That's very kind of you. But what do you think so far? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you regret it? Let me know. We got Anil says, I guess nobody cares about Dar. Yeah, I guess so too. You know, when he showed up, the lights and everything, I was like, okay, this is got to be good. But looking at the reaction in the chat, right, especially from Andy, he's like, I'm tired of seeing him. I was like, uh-oh, you know, Lexis King is going to win then. That's for certain. We got Bailey. Does she remind anybody of China with her body size? Like, wow, I gotta look up, I guess. 1 second. I gotta look up. I see what you mean. I see. That's, you know what? You're right. Wow, she's different. Wow. Definitely. She stands out from everybody else, right? She does. Now, I don't know what her personality is like. I don't know what her promo skills are like. But wow, she immediately stands out. So if she is a good wrestler, or, you know, if she is skilled, then I think she's going to be a mega star, because there's nobody like her right now on the roster across the board, really. So if she makes it, she's going to make it real big. Good for her, though. Good for her. And here we are now. Lexis King looking to scale up, looking to climb up the top turnbuckle, and gonna go for a high-risk maneuver. Oh, goodness. And Noam Dar rolls out of the way right there to safety. Lexis King, though, goes back first into the mat. Noam Dar with a crazy backhand, two of them, to Lexis King. King goes down, and Noam Dar is looking to put this to an end. And, oh! Another back elbow straight to Lexis King. That was a weak-ass back elbow, though. What the hell? You gotta be kidding me right now. This cannot be real. What? I'm shocked. No way. No way. No way in hell. Noam Dar is the winner. And now, the guy who holds the Heritage Cup, he is the Heritage Cup champion. Noam Dar, ladies and gentlemen. Andy, if you were tired of seeing him, you're going to be seeing him a lot more in the future, brother. That is crazy. And that actually, the crazy part about it is the fact that that elbow was the weakest thing I've ever seen. It was weak. It was lightweight. That's crazy. But Noam Dar is the Heritage Cup champion, guys. Like it or not, that is crazy. I never would have thought that would happen. Especially the guy came out before the match and he challenged Ricky Starks, and Ricky was like, "All right, accepted." But it was accepted on the terms that Lexis has got to be defending his cup, and Ricky's got to be defending his title. But now that the cup is not in the equation, does the match even stand right now? Is it even happening? I don't know. But that's crazy. That is crazy. I know. Andrew says, God help us, not this crap again. I mean, I am stunned. Especially looking at the reaction from everybody. It didn't feel like Noam Dar was super popular. So I had no expectations of him winning this cup. But here we are now, long and behold. He is the champion. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, with that being said, commercial break once again. We got Andy saying, I've never liked having the Heritage Cup in NXT. It came over from UK. That stupid cup has always been Noam Dar, really. Wow. Now, that makes sense, right? I was thinking about it, when Gunther dropped the title to WrestleMania, to Jey Uso at WrestleMania. I was thinking about it, that, wow, this guy Gunther, I never, it just hit me that he's come all the way from NXT UK. And, he's struggled, he's worked hard. I mean, NXT UK was interesting. Thursday, right? Thursday nights, yeah. And it didn't draw the greatest viewership, but it was an interesting idea. And this guy Gunther, from NXT UK all the way to NXT, all the way to the main roster, then being at the top of the mountain, being the world champion, being the Intercontinental champion. I mean, he's done good. He's worked hard. He's done good. And, say what you want. The guy is a fighter. Let's see. With that being said, commercial break still going on. So they're calling WrestleMania 41 the most successful show in the history of WWE, but I'm not even going to get into it because that's what they say every single time for every single WrestleMania, right? The most successful in history. And I'm not going to get into the details of it, especially the online statistics of it, like the number of tweets or the number of views. I'm not going to get into any of that. And that's because Triple H said that internet isn't real. Online views, online opinions, comments are not real. The online fans are not real. So I'm not going to be bothered when it comes to WWE's online statistics because at the end of the day, according to Triple H, online world and the internet is not real. So how do we care, right, Triple H? Just kidding. And we got Anderson, Dara, and Dempsey, right? Yep. They have to say that, right? Yep, they have to. And we got the most successful was the Raw After Mania. Raw After Mania, I agree. That was great. Raw After Mania was real fun. It was a fun event. It was a great event. So many surprises, so many twists and turns, and the little subtle teases, right? Like the whole Jey Uso segment. I was on the edge of my seat, and I was almost certain that, hey, Sammy is like, what are we doing here? Sammy is going to turn on Jey. This is going to be something crazy. And they teased it, and they knew what they were doing with that, right? Like, Jey was on the turnbuckle. He was yeeting with the crowd. Sammy got off. He was right behind him. It was out there that he was going to turn, and he did not. So, they were quite smart with the tease. And little things like those really make a show great, and last night's show was great. It really had us on the edge of our seat. It's fantastic. It was fantastic. We had Sammy saying that's because of the ticket prices and the stupid lounge seats that ruined the stage. The ticket prices are insane. What's even more insane is that we played this video as well on WrestleMania Night 1. The mainstream media, they don't look at WrestleMania being WrestleMania or anything like that. They don't look at exceptions. They look at the numbers. They look at the money that an event is drawing into a city. And they were comparing WrestleMania to Super Bowl and the Grand Prix, and they were like, look, WrestleMania is great, is bringing in 180,000 people to Las Vegas over the weekend, but WrestleMania in comparison to Super Bowl raised $1 billion over the weekend to Las Vegas. The Grand Prix F1 racing, it generated over $800 million, whereas WrestleMania is expected to do about $200 million of business in Las Vegas. So they look at the numbers. They don't look at the difference between the three sports. They look at the numbers. And WrestleMania, it fell short, I guess, in terms of those numbers. So if the ticket prices were high, I guess they're only gonna get higher because at the end of the day, now TKO wants to take wrestling into a direction that it's seen as an expensive deal, expensive sport. And I feel like that $75,000 sheer shirt of John Cena that was on sale at WWE World, I think that they knew exactly that that shirt was not gonna be sold out, that nobody's gonna be buying a shirt worth $75,000. But they put that on display, marking it as $75,000 on sale because they want to send out a message. And the message is that our product, our superstars are premium, they're expensive, and they're worth it. So they're elevating their own standards by pulling off these moves. That's what they're doing here. And here we are now in the ring with, really, I should call her maybe the most beautiful woman in NXT, and I would have like until this past weekend, but now I feel like times have changed. We got Fallon Henley, beautiful, she's great, no, still incredibly beautiful, but somebody else has my heart, can I just say that? All right, with that being said, we got Thea Hale. She's great. I love the personality of Thea Hale, though, right? It's just over the top, carefree, beautiful, and very incredibly skilled in the ring. She doesn't hold back. She does not hold back when she's in the ring. That's for certain. And we got Andy saying WrestleMania 41 was a long list of terrible manias for the past 21 years. I thought until this past weekend that 27 was the worst. Like, 27 was not great, let's be honest. It was just a bad pay-per-view. But still, it was still cool because, there were things and stuff that you remember. But 41, it just fell flat at some points. Anyways, here we are now. We got Thea Hale and Fallon Henley locking it up right now. Fallon Henley seems like she's got the upper hand at the moment. Has Thea Hale in that corner. Now a crazy chop to the chest. Thea Hale taking it back. Fallon Henley with a little show off here. And Thea Hale now with a crossbody, or as Jey Uso likes to call it, a spear. I'm just kidding. I said it every single time I see anybody doing a crossbody. I'm just going to say that line. And it seemed like Thea Hale was going to go for a body slam, but she slipped. And Fallon Henley, though, of course, was able to make the best out of it. Sammy says, I went to SmackDown London and tickets were £400. 3 years ago, it would have been £80. When I used to go to wrestling events, WWE events, back around 2015, 2016, 2017, even 19, around that time, basically craziness, pre-2020. The tickets used to be not so expensive. The front row tickets, and I'm talking about New York shows, right? I'm talking about shows like Madison Square Garden or Barclays Center. These shows, front row tickets, used to be maybe $700, the most expensive ones. And I'm talking about Raw. I'm not talking about the pay-per-views, because pay-per-views are more expensive. But for Raw, the front row you would get for $700. On your lucky day, you might get one for $500, $350. It depends on you, and depends on the time that you buy the tickets. But if you talk about the cheap seats, as they call it, they used to start from $25 with taxes about $32. And I've been to the $32 ones a lot because, I used to be in college and saving on money. So I've gone to the cheap seats, $45. Yeah, $32, $45, $60. Like $92, $150, something like that. So this is how it used to escalate. But now, boom, they start from like $100-something. So definitely much expensive. Just like Sammy said, much expensive now. We got Andrew saying, I still want to see Fallon and Tess tag team. Yeah, brother, that would be nice. My heart might jump a beat or two. I get it. But I tell you what, speaking of heart jumping a beat or two, that North American Championship ladder match at Stand and Deliver, brother, I tell you what, that was a thing of beauty. I mean, literally, oh my goodness, by the way, while we've been talking about, beauty and everything, here we are, Thea Hale gets the job done. Fallon Henley taps out. And Thea Hale right there channeling her inner Ultimate Warrior, the rope and everything. There you go. That was a quick victory, though. That's very awesome, Andy. That's amazing. Battleground, attending that show and live would be great. That's amazing, Andy. You should definitely go ahead. With that being said, commercial break once again, and we are going to be back with Oba Femi. I tell you what, NXT is good, but it's no match to last night's Raw. And I think what helped Raw last night was not just the quality, but also the lack of commercials. But tonight we're getting a lot of commercials here. I take that back. Fallon cannot hang with Tessa. Yo, Andrew, that was quick. That was very quick. That was a very quick change of opinions right there. All right. With that being said, commercial break is upon us right here. It'll probably cost a fortune for that as well, Andy, says Rami. You never know. Of course, Thea just came back, says Andy. I agree. Yep. I thought she was actually going to win at Stand and Deliver as well, but she fell short by a little margin, but she was quite close to winning as well. Yeah, so definitely check out the prices. But yeah, back then the prices used to start at $32, $45, something like that. $45 for like a pay-per-view. I remember going to, by the way, I went to this pay-per-view. I bought crazy expensive seats. I'm not even sure like why. Because I don't know, I think I overpaid for those tickets, but still worth it, I guess. I went to SummerSlam 2015. And I bought tickets to it as soon as the window opened for pre-sale. And I bought tickets worth, I mean, just one ticket was worth $250. And this was like the cheap seat. Like, it was all the way up. Like, not totally up, a few rows down, but it was like in the upper section of the Barclays Center. But brother, it was so worth it. I had a very good view from there. It was the perfect view, but really, it was so worth it. Just being there and watching The Undertaker make his entrance, watching him go up against Brock Lesnar, it still brings tears to my eyes. It was the most incredible night. So, totally worth the $250, but I feel like $250, I should have not gotten those upper seats. They should have, given those seats away for a lot cheaper than they did, but yeah. It was great. It was great. We got Andrew saying Tessa or anybody with Tessa would have not tapped for no one. They would have passed out first. That's right. Yep. With that being said, 53. So I got a question, guys. Have you ever been to a wrestling show all alone? Or have you ever been to a wrestling show with somebody who's not a wrestling fan? It's the worst. Like, I've done both. I've been to wrestling shows alone, and I've also been to wrestling shows with people who are not fans. It's not cool. Like, the people who are not fans are just gonna tune out. They're gonna be on your phone. They're gonna be eating food, and it's just gonna piss you off, right? And going all alone is also sucks, really. It's like, what can I say? But I feel like at times going alone is actually better than going with somebody who's not a fan. Much better. I've been to wrestling shows alone a few times, and that's because I just didn't have great company. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit back and miss out on this show just because I don't have company. I'm going to go there and I'm going to have a great time. And I always used to come back with my voice gone because I used to have such a great time. But yeah, WrestleMania 35, I was there all by myself. WrestleMania, no, not WrestleMania, Raw. There was once a Raw that I went all by myself. There was once a house show that I went all by myself, and that's because, like, when the show is so big, you just can't. And here we are now. We got Oba Femi coming out. And still the NXT champion. You know what? I love Oba. I think Oba should be NXT champion until the day he moves up to the main roster. He should not be beat. But J1 Evans that day, he took my heart away. J1 Evans, so talented. The fact that he body slammed Oba Femi, it makes him a complete man. A man like no other on NXT right now. Really, the kind of stuff that he pulled off. Not only a high flyer, not only a high risk taker, but a strong athlete right there. I mean, J1 Evans is talented, is gifted, without a doubt. We got Andy saying in 96 WCW Bash at the Beach, the night Hulk Hogan turned heel The price I paid was $45. Now, that's crazy. To think about the fact that Andy was live at that event, that historic event, is insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was like a few months old when that event took place. You know, I was like a little baby back then. We got Sammy saying, I went to One Night Only in 97 in Birmingham, UK. My dad took me. I was 7. Tickets were £20 for third row. My dad loved it, and he never watched it. I love it. I love it. Going to these shows with families is the best. Is the best. That's amazing. Sammy, thanks for sharing that. Wow. I love it.
I called him a child. I said he wasn't ready. I said he couldn't hang. And I called him immature. Regretfully so, because the young OG is a lot better than I thought he was.
Evans was great.
Time has not come. His best years are definitely ahead of him.
That's right.
Shout out to the young OG.
Hell yeah. No, J1 Evans is great. I like how Obafemi comes out here, and the first thing he does, he talks about that J1 Evans and really gives him some credit. I like that.
Cannot stand him. But I will say, as good as he is, as great as he is,
Not as good as me.
he's just that much better.
I thought he was going to be in the main roster by now, but here he is. Guys, get ready. It's time. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Oh, he's not going to let us do it tonight? Oh, that's crazy. I was ready for whoop that trick.
The weekend was mine. Oh, but you always find the easy way out. And on Saturday, you only won because you pinned Javon. But to be real, I don't care if it is your birthday. I want my title.
He's like, I don't care if it's your birthday. I want my title back. Okay. Trick. Like, why is he not pushed to the main roster yet? Like, why is he still here? Or maybe they're just waiting for the draft, because there's no reason for Trick Williams to still be on NXT. This guy has done everything that he can on NXT. He's achieved everything, and it's high time he should be on the main roster. But I guess they're waiting for the draft. I think so.
Look, I'm tired of running the play. I'm tired of letting people butt in. I'm tired of people like you stealing and fumbling my opportunities. I've seen all these bums in the back do whatever they want.
Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me right now. No way. Holy crap. And there he is. Joe Hendry. That's insane. This guy will never go away, and I'm okay with that. Holy crap. I was not expecting this to happen, I'll tell you that, guys. I was not expecting this. What? What is even happening right now? Wait a second. Are we going to be getting a... Is it possible that we could get a TNA champion versus NXT champion title versus title on the line? I mean, that'd be crazy.
I like this guy, Joe. Hell of a moment at WrestleMania. Somebody have a belt from here to die.
Yeah, I know it's not his first time, but how frequently he appears true. That is what drives me crazy. You know, sometimes you think, okay, he's going to be here tonight, but then he's going to be gone tomorrow. But this guy, he keeps coming back for more. Yeah, it seems like that to me, Andrew, as well. You know, it just happens too frequently and on too big of a scale, you know, especially WrestleMania. So I also suspect that a lot, that there has to be something cooking behind the scenes.
that I tagged with back in the fall. The rumors are true. You've changed. You used to soak in the cheers, the chants of the fans, and now all you do is soak in self-pity. I proved what happens when you listen to the fans, and I did it at WrestleMania.
What did he do at WrestleMania? Oh, he showed up. Okay.
And Trick, I'm gonna tell you because no one else will. You're not hungry. You're entitled.
Oh, that's big words coming from Joe Hendry.
Back the NXT Championship was because of you. Did you start to think that maybe, just maybe, Trick Williams is a whiny bitch?
Whoa, okay. How dare this guy come to Trick Williams' house and talk to him like that? You know, he doesn't belong here. That takes some balls, Joe Hendry.
Hold on there a minute, mate.
Exactly.
You had your 5 minutes on Sunday.
Yeah.
But since we always talk about what you believe,
Uh-huh.
take a second to talk about what Trick Williams believes.
Yeah. That's right.
I believe you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe you don't fit in.
I agree.
I believe you got your ass whooped on Sunday.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Trick.
How about you do us all a favor, and I believe that you can take that title, go on back to where you belong, while the big dogs talk.
I love Trick Williams even more than ever before tonight. Yeah.
Well, I did lose to the RKO, but I did it in front of 60,000 people at WrestleMania.
Somebody shut this guy up.
And you were in the stands. And I will not leave this ring because you're TNA World Champion, who, by the way, will defend the championship at Rebellion this Sunday. Well, he has some business to discuss with
Femi.
the NXT champion.
Is it happening at Rebellion?
Don't make the same mistake that Bruce made.
Is it happening, guys? Oh, poor Trick Williams. This is not good. You know what? This is like the downfall of Trick Williams right now. How dare this guy, who doesn't even belong at NXT, come out here and beat up my man, Trick Williams. This is not fair. Come on.
The TNA World Champion is locking eyes with Femi, the NXT Champion.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan of this guy, Joe Hendry. I'm not gonna buy into his little theme song or his little smiling face or anything like that. I'm not gonna buy into that. I'm not a fan of Joe Hendry, guys. Yeah, I'm not. My gosh. This WWE stars, they love Versace, right? I like those glasses. They're cool. I do not, Anil. And mark my words, a few years later, when everybody's over Joe Hendry, I'll be right here and I'll be telling you, I told you so. Yeah, I would say to everybody, don't believe in Joe Hendry. Stop it. Get help. All right, we got,
To champions. Tony made you the underboss. You pledged your loyalty. You need to make this right. You need to sit down.
what is Stax doing here?
You know why I invited you out here.
He's not gonna kill him, is he? Like he did to Two Dimes? Anybody remember Two Dimes? Yeah. Whoa. Is it game over for the guy? Like we just went to blackout. I don't know what happened there, but it's game over. Did he suffer the same fate that Two Dimes did? Okay. Yeah, Joe Hendry's looking for a toothpaste deal with that smile. You know, he might be. I mean, this guy's looking for deals all over the place, everywhere. Of course, he's got one for the WWE right now, but he's also got one with PUBG, the video game on phones. People love that game these days. It's like the next Fortnite, PUBG. He's on there as well now. We got Andy saying, AJ, Sky Blue should be returning soon. Really? I like the sound of it, Andy. I like the sound of it. We got Andrew saying, AJ, I was at the 2001 Bash at the Beach. Was crazy confusing night. What made it confusing for you, Andy? Andrew, that's interesting. WWE bought TNA confirmed. I totally agree with that. It seems like it. Was that one with the shoot promo from Vince? Oh, really? That's the one. No wonder it was confusing then. Okay. Oh, that didn't make sense. That's crazy, Andrew. So you were live when they announced the purchase of WCW? That's crazy. So Andy was there for Hulk Hogan's heel turn. You were there for the WCW purchase. That is amazing. So you guys were basically there for the historic moments. Now, I feel like I was also a little bit part of the history because I was there live unknowingly at that time. Now I realize it looking back, but I did not know, nobody knew at that time that I was live attending a WrestleMania. That was the last WrestleMania that was one night only. I was there live for it. I was there live because that WrestleMania was also the last time that Kurt Angle got in the ring. I was live for a WrestleMania that was the last time Batista got in the ring. I was live at a WrestleMania that was the last time Triple H got in the ring. And I'm talking about WrestleMania 35. WrestleMania 35 was crazy, historic in a way that nobody realized, nobody saw it coming, but it's true. WrestleMania 35 really was the end of an era. It was not marked as an end of the era, but it was. The last ever One Night Mania, the last time Batista, Kurt Angle, Triple H got in the ring. It was insane. It was insane. It was great WrestleMania. Let's see. Well, Andy says Andy was there too. That's crazy. So Andy and Andrew were both there at the same event in 2001, and here we are in 2025 in the same live stream chatting about it. Wow, the world is a small place indeed. I love that, Andy, Andrew. What are the chances, right? What are the chances? That's beautiful. That's great. With that being said, commercial break almost about over right here. It's been a sweet, fun night tonight in NXT. I mean, I'm looking forward to the main event, I guess, which is got to be, of course, the NXT Women's Championship being defended. It's got to be exciting. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing Stephanie here tonight, who's going to be defending the title against Roxanne. Of course, Roxanne, she interfered last night on Raw when Stephanie was really having a fantastic match with the Io Sky. It was crazy good. And I was on the edge of my seat for the entire match. But Roxanne came in, ruined the party a little bit. And tonight, she's looking to take away that championship from Stephanie. So let's see how that goes down. Well, let's see. Sammy, here's the fun part about it. Everybody knows it. You know, I probably never shared this with you, but I was flown in there by the WWE, so they paid for everything. They paid for my flight, they paid for my hotel, they paid for everything, and I was flown in there, and we got seats. We got seats that were floor seats. We were just a few inches away, few feet away actually, from the ringside area. And we had floor seats. It was incredible. So my section, basically, the section of my seat was basically all WWE staff and families. So it was great. It was a great seat in the sense that I was in the floor seat. I was sitting over there with all the WWE staff and families of staff and children and wives and all that stuff. It was great, right? And executives. It was nice. And the ticket for my WrestleMania, it says $0 because it was free. It was great. It was fantastic. It was like I was living a dream that day, right? But the fun part, the part of it that was not so fun, was the fact that I was sitting in a section that was only staff and family, which means that many of them were not actually wrestling fans. They were just there because they were there to support their family. So I was sitting there, and you know, when the whole place was popping and they were going crazy and they were going nuts. When John Cena came out with the Doctor of Thugonomics, everybody lost their minds. But my section was like a library. And I was like, guys, what's wrong with you? I had to fight my way out of that section, somehow get it to the ringside area because I lost my mind when John Cena came out. It was great. Yeah, so it was good scenes, but it was interesting. And here we are now. Man, I love Liv Morgan. She's great. What do I say?
With very good reason. Her weekend has been for Soul Room that she's I don't mean to cut you off. What's going on with Trick? What's going on right now?
Trick? That's right. He should do what he's doing right now. He was treated unfairly, unjustly, and this must happen. That's right. Honestly, Trick, leave NXT for good and get to the main roster. This is enough. Really, the guy does not deserve all this insult. He does not deserve it. Now that's my man. That's my guy right there. J1 Evans making his way out. I believe, I don't believe in Joe Hendry, but I do believe in J1 Evans because for me, a little entrance music, it's not so important. But how skilled you are in the ring, hey, that's important. How big of a heart you have, that's important. And J1 Evans has a big heart. He's super skilled in the ring. He's athletic. He's strong. He's a great wrestler. And that's what matters to me. Not his music, not his song, not his smile, none of that stuff. J1 Evans is a total package. Much love, Sammy. Thanks for that, brother. Young OG's got to be a big star. Absolutely. He's got to be a big-ass star, brother. He's got to be a great star. It was beautiful because I got a call. Like, there was a day when I was not feeling, like, totally great. I was feeling kind of low. I came back from somewhere. I wasn't really feeling it, right? And I got a call from WWE. It was an unexpected call. And they were like, can you fly down? Can you fly down to WrestleMania? Do you have the ticket? Do you have the visa or anything else that you might need? And I said, I've got everything. And they're like, okay. And like, I was flown down. I flew down. It was a connecting flight through Paris. And that was literally my first time in Paris. And I'll tell you, the Paris airport is one of the most beautiful places I've been. It is an art. It is an art. It is like a work of art, that airport terminal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. And that weekend was just fantastic. All thanks to the WWE, I must say. Going there and attending WrestleMania live, it was incredible. But I will tell you, the day that I was flown in, right, I had to attend NXT TakeOver that same day. So I was flown in. I reached New York. I reached JFK like about noon or something. And then we had to be at Barclays Center about 4:30 p.m., so like 4-hour gap or so. We made it to the hotel, which was also in Brooklyn, like a few minutes walk, 10 minutes walk or so from Barclays Center, but that's okay. We got to Barclays Center, and I tell you, I was super jet lagged. I was super sleepy. This is something that I hope nobody recorded around me, but I fell asleep during TakeOver. I was in the, the suite that they have, right? I was over there. So I fell asleep during TakeOver, and I woke up when, like, I think Adam Cole was in the ring and people were going crazy. They were losing their mind. I woke up, I looked around, and I was like, oh, that's great. And I closed my eyes and I went back to sleep. And I woke up when the show got over. So I was sleeping live in the arena because I was so tired, so jet lagged. But you know what? I made some great memories. So it was all worth it. It was great. It was great. God bless. And here we are, by the way. We got J1 Evans in the ring. I think they're taking on Dark State right now. And J1 Evans goes running over to the big guy. And the guy just grabs him, sends him back first into the corner. J1 Evans, though, there you go, hitting him with some big punches straight to the head. The big guy now grabs him. What is his name? Crisis? Because I see Crisis on his trunk, so I guess it's got to be Crisis. But here we are now. Crisis now with a crazy elbow strike to J1 Evans. Evans goes down. Yeah, two questions in the same comment, and they're both so funny. Yeah, that's right. That's my Randy Orton. Look at this guy. I'm looking at him right now. Tell me that this guy does not look like baby Randy Orton. He looks like a baby wiper. Look at him. Even the trunks, even the tattoo. You've got to be kidding me if you don't see the resemblance. That guy, he looks like baby Orton, baby wiper. Yeah, look at him. And now he's running over and flying to the outside. Man, he looks like baby Orton. I can look at him once, twice, thrice. Look at this dude. Holy crap. I cannot be the only one, guys. Tell me that you agree. And let's see. What is it with AJ falling asleep? Brother, I was flown in within 2 days notice. I made it to JFK like 4 hours before NXT. I was super jet lagged. I after flying for 12 hours, I guess. And of course I was tired, so I fell asleep. It's not on me. It's not my fault. What can I do? But it was great. It was great. It was fantastic. Beautiful memories made right there. And here we are now. We got Crisis. Brother, true. Sorry. But somebody has to agree with me, right? Yeah. Look at the guy standing on the apron right now and tell me he does not look like baby Randy Orton. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm being offensive right now, but look at him. Everything about him screams baby wiper. Yeah. Uppercut. Look at the drop kick. That is baby Orton right there. Is he famous though? I mean, let me know if he's famous. Otherwise, I'm not gonna post this clip as like shorts on my social media. If I do, I mean, if he's famous and I post this clip, everybody's gonna be like, "This guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about." All right, let's see. And the WrestleMania fell asleep on the live stream, brother. That was, come on, excuses, really, Andrew? You gotta turn heel on me like that, really? Wow. It'd be your own people, you know. It'd be your own people. I thought you'd be understanding, Andrew. And here we are, by the way. J1 Evans right there in the corner, squashed. And once again sent to the other corner, and now we have a body slam coming in. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy backbreaker. Going for the cover, and Evans with a kick out right there. Thanks for sharing that story, Sammy. Thank you, Sammy. Really appreciate that. I love it. I never knew that my 97 UK pay-per-view one night only was British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels as main event. That's crazy. Oh, that's amazing. My first ever pay-per-view was SummerSlam 2015, actually. That was the first time I attended pay-per-view. And, I got to watch Taker, and it was just incredible. I can only imagine. I mean, I get goosebumps reading the fact that you watched British Bulldog live, and that too against Shawn Michaels. That's amazing. That's amazing. You know, I interviewed the British Bulldog's daughter, Georgia. She's good friends with me, and she's just such a lovely lady. She's an incredible lady, really. Yeah. If you guys want, we can have Georgia back on here, and we can do another interview with her or something if you'd like it. Something about British Bulldog, I guess. But what an incredible lady she is. She's just amazing. I mean, very humble, very nice. And the best part about Georgia is that she does everything to keep her dad's memory alive, to keep the legacy going. She's just incredible. She's great. And here we are, a punch to the gut of J1 Evans. Oh my goodness. I had a flight from Virginia to Denmark to catch a ship and was expected to get right to work. Boo-hoo, Andrew. Cry me a river. You had to get back to work. I had to sit in a suite, in an air-conditioned suite with a very comfortable chair and everything. And I was, and I guess I was watching, oh my God, I don't want to say it, but I was watching somebody maybe who was not so entertaining, and I fell asleep. What can I say, Andrew? Yo. My brother Nautic right here turning heel on me. And there we are. By the way, that was a crazy, crazy drop. Evans is amazing. I mean, this guy has got to be made of rubber, because I've seen him more than once being dropped right on his neck. And somehow he just gets right back up. God bless. I love Evans. You bring her back, AJ. Okay, Andy. All right. We'll see. I mean, commemorating the British Bulldogs, maybe his birthday or something. We'll see when is exactly it, and around that time we'll bring her back. I think that'd be very nice. I see you, Andrew. I see you. And here we are now, once again, tag being made. And the Dark State here, just punishing poor J1 Evans. Has Baby Orton even been in the ring for more than 2 minutes tonight? No, because he's Baby Viper, and, he can't. Yeah. Look at him, another clothesline. Guys, you must be crazy if you think that he's not Baby Viper. I mean, I don't even think that at this point it's offensive to call him that, because literally, look at him. Look at him. I cannot be the only one. Andrew, growing up, I always dreamt of going to a WWE show, but, because we don't have shows here, so I dreamt of going to the U.S. and attending a show. And when I moved to the U.S., I attended my show very soon after. This is funny because it was Facebook. Facebook used to be super popular back then. And I actually had a Facebook then. So, oh, Baby Orton comes in, by the way. Look at that. Wait a second, guys. Look at Baby Orton. Breaks the cover, I guess. And going back to the apron now. So, on Facebook, I saw this advertisement from somebody. Oh, look at Baby Orton, by the way. One second. I'll share my story. It's an interesting story. I'll share it in a bit. But let's focus, because I think Baby Orton is about to be tabbed in. And Jim Evans trying to make it to Baby Orton. Evans now, oh my goodness, the guy dodges his kick, and Evans gets away very quickly. Tag almost made. Oh dear, Baby Wiper with the little arms can't reach Evans though. And now Evans somehow makes the tag. Baby Orton comes right in. There you are. Look at that landing, hitting those big punches, a clothesline. Look at this guy. Baby Randy Orton, I think he's going to hit a... There you go, drop kick right there. That's what I'm talking about. He's hearing... Are you kidding me? Look at that moveset. That is Baby Randy Orton. Hell yeah. You look at him and you tell me that's not Baby Wiper. Yeah. I think he's hearing voices in his head right now. I think he's got to go for the RKO or something. Man. He's like a cyborg of Orton and Cena. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, and J1 Evans goes flying down. Just like that. I need to know this guy's name. Tag team swipe right. What is that tag team? Let's see. Tag team WWE. Oh, Evolve. They're from Evolve. Okay. That's an interesting name for a tag team. I've seen these guys. Okay. I can't recall, but I've seen these guys wrestle. I just can't recall from where. Oh my goodness. Baby Orton lost the match. Oh. Sad. Sad. But I've seen this guy. I cannot recall where, though. But he's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. All right. Darkstead won the match right there. Oh, that's why. Thanks for that, Andy. Yeah, that's where I must have seen them. They're good, right? What do you think about them, Andy? My brother David, by the way, in the house. Great seeing you. Great seeing you. It's Michael or Marcus Braun. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Marcus Braun. I'm just looking it up right now. I keep looking him up, and I keep getting this image of a boxer. I guess Marcus Braun is not that popular.
Namora, hey.
Hi. Was I interrupting something?
No, first show after Send and Deliver, people are just halting.
Why complain?
Yo, I cannot make that joke anymore because I just realized that he's deaf. I was really about to share this as a reel or something, the Baby Orton clip, but I just Googled and I see that the guy is deaf. Now I can't make that joke. Oh dear. But that's awesome. I'm not going to call him Baby Orton anymore. This guy has his own identity. This guy's a fighter, and I respect the heck out of him, actually. That's amazing. You know what? I've been hit with a ton of bricks right now. Wow. This guy is not living in anybody's shadow. This guy is not Baby Wiper. This guy is Miles Bourne. Okay, Miles Bourne is what they're calling him. Okay. Deaf wrestler. He's deaf, guys. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yo, it's not easy. You know, it's not easy for anybody to be a WWE star, to make it to this stage, but to be deaf and do this. Like, how many wrestlers actually listen to the fans, and how many people listen to the referee or their opponents, take commands in the ring, listen to the audience, and you know, work out accordingly, cut promos, do stuff by listening to the reaction and adapt accordingly. And this guy's deaf. He's got to have so many challenges. I can only imagine how crazy it must be. But wow, I've got goosebumps right now as I think about it. I've got a lot of respect for it. I had no idea. I had no idea. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. And let's see what else do we have right here. Him and Orton had a video together. Well, I guess I can call him Baby Orton then. But brother, I tell you what, I'm not even like trying to mock him or something when I call him Baby Orton. Like, look at his moveset. It is so similar to Orton, but I'm actually glad because I love Orton's moveset, and I actually liked the little bit that I saw of Miles or Marcus. Great guy. I actually will look forward to his stuff in the future. It's Miles. Yeah, thanks for that, Andrew. Thanks for that. Crazy Steve is blind? What is going on here? How is he blind? Is he blind now? Is that what you're saying? Why I'm being hit with these crazy facts that I had no idea. Okay, so it says... Wow. So it's true. So Andy's right. It says that he is blind. He says, I have glaucoma. As I get older, my eyes continue to get worse. I'm the Michael Jordan of not seeing. I'm really good at it. That's crazy. So apparently he has a condition that basically has an increased pressure within the eyeball, which causes gradual loss of eyesight. So basically, the older he gets, the more eyesight he will be losing. That's crazy. God bless. I had no idea, but these guys are not just wrestlers, they're fighters in and out of the ring because they're fighting every day. They're fighting every day with their condition, and then when they get in the ring, they fight with their opponents. It's insane. I had no idea about these conditions that these wrestlers were working with, but wow, hats off to them. That's all I can say right now. Anyways, we were sharing a story, and what was that story again? Somebody asked me a question here. What was my first ever show? That's right. Andrew asked me, what was my first ever show that I attended live or anything? So I made it to the U.S., moved to the U.S. new, and then on Facebook I saw this advertisement that said, a flyer basically, that said, meet Big Show on Coney Island. Out of all places, Coney Island, right? And there was a number, and I called up the number, and I'm like, is there a ticket or something that I have to buy, anything? He's like, no, just show up. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, just show up. It's free. It's from the U.S. Army. I'm like, okay. So apparently a U.S. Army had funded this. They were doing it. I don't know why, but they were doing it. So I showed up for the Big Show, and we were like standing in a nice queue. Big Show showed up like 40 minutes late or something, 40 minutes late. And when he did show up, the army guys basically were doing this event, were like, no photos, he's only going to sign autographs, so whatever you might have, just pull it out and he's going to sign it and stuff. And I was like, okay. But then the Big Show said, no, I've made these guys wait, so I will take pictures. So he was kind enough, and he took pictures with everybody. And that was my first time meeting a wrestler, really. I was amazed. My favorite match growing up, one of my favorites, was Cena versus Big Show versus Edge, so I was totally amazed. When I got to the Big Show, I held up my phone because I had my parents actually on the phone right now, on FaceTime with me. And I was like, can you talk to them? And he was kind enough, with his big giant hands. He held my little iPhone 5, and he was talking to my family. He was very nice, very kind. And then he stood up, took pictures with me, took pictures with my family as well, with my friends. It was great. It was great meeting him. The first time I met the WWE star, he signed a little thing for me as well. And the same day later, I went to Barclays Center and attended my first ever live event, which was a WWE live event, basically a non-televised show, which was amazing because this was 2013, and the first people to come out were The Shield. And I remember the Shield's music hitting and them making their way out. And I literally had tears because I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that I was live attending a show. It was great. It was great. Some things you'll never forget. And that day, I'll never forget. It was great. Yeah. Thanks, Andrew, for making me all, emotional, I guess.
Please open up. It's me.
It's Tony D. Wow. What are we doing in the hotel room over here, Tony?
All right.
Yeah. I'm just finishing packing. Can't believe Stax did that.
Wait, Stax really killed the guy?
I'm good. Physically. But you know,
What is going on here?
How's Luca?
what you haven't heard from him? He
No.
said he was going to clear his head, but that was a couple hours ago.
What are you thinking?
Yo.
I don't know.
What, T?
Look, Riz, me and Stax, we're gonna have to go to the mattresses on this one.
T, it's really like that? You guys grew up together. I mean, we've been through a lot. I remember growing up, Big Ange used to bully me. Stax was the one who taught me how to fight. She made me cry every day. Until one day, I made her cry. I told Stax I'd always be loyal.
Riz, people change.
That's the match, yeah.
He's been right for a while now.
T, what if I reach out? What if we have a sit down?
I appreciate the sentimentality, but I don't trust him. Look, there's two things that we don't stand for, and it's rats and betrayal. Look, I can't sit down with him. He declared war. I can't put you at risk, because I don't know what he's willing to do.
What do you mean?
Adriana, I see you packing right now, but you can't go home. It's not safe. Look, I got two of our guys downstairs waiting to take you to a safe house. I need you to hide out while this thing blows over, okay?
Are you sure, T?
It's gonna be all right, Riz.
I love Tony. Like, he's a great actor. His co-stars are not always great at acting, but Tony always is. This is cool. This is cool. Hey, brother. Of course I remember Thomas Fan 444. Of course I do. You're the guy with the Thomas the Train. Is that right? The Thomas the Train photograph, profile picture. Are you the guy? I remember. I totally remember. Welcome. It's been a long, long while. Great seeing you. Wow. I got goosebumps right now. This is great. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad seeing you. We got my brother Andrew, by the way, saying, mine was not. Wait a second.
Glad that it is ongoing. But Ricky Saints is a man of his word, and I said that I would defend the North American Championship. And guess what? I will.
Against who?
You, Lexus King.
Lexus King?
You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. So I thought he was maybe going to say that he's going to defend it against Namdar, but he says, no, I'm a man of my words. Lexus King doesn't have the Heritage Cup, but I do have the North American title. I said I'm going to give you the championship match. So next week, without the Heritage Cup, it's going to be King versus Ricky for the North American title next week on NXT. And there you go, Lexus King, by the way, a man of no respect, right? He's got no respect for anybody, even himself. He just takes out Ricky Starks just like that, putting out a statement. And next week is going to be interesting. And we got Andrew saying 1989 Hershey. Wow, the match I remember the most was Steamboat. That's amazing. I don't know. Steamboat versus Savage? That's crazy. That's crazy, Andrew. Wow. That's amazing, Andrew. That's amazing. And here we are, guys. The match that we all had been waiting for very eagerly. We got Roxanne Perez in action. It's going to be good. This is for the championship, the NXT Women's title. It's Roxanne versus my new #1 favorite wrestler on NXT. Women's, at least. It is Stephanie Wacker. She is great. This match is going to be one that is going to make my week. And let's see, and Sammy says, was that match with the Vicky Guerrero affair storyline? Yeah, it was like a love triangle, should I say? Edge, Big Show, Wiki, something like that. It was great. This was the match that took place at WrestleMania 25. And, Cena held up both Big Show and Edge on his shoulders for the AA. It was great. It was great. It was one of my favorite matches. That's right. That's right, Devin. This is like your CM Punk return moment. It's so good to see you. It is like, you've made my day. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, you've been doing well. Have you been watching a lot of wrestling? For me personally, I wasn't watching a lot of wrestling. But I tell you what, last night's show, last night's Raw, I've got to say, it really made me fall for wrestling again. Last night's show was something incredible, and I'm super excited to see what happens next. I gotta give credit to all the brothers in the chat right now, by the way, because if it wasn't for them, I might be done with wrestling altogether. They always support me, always, bring me back, always show so much love that I'm still here, still kicking. So thank you once again to all the brothers. And Thomas, once again, welcome. It's so good to see you. I remember everybody, all the people who've ever been in chat, all the people who've always supported. So always remember, always have got lots of love for them. Once again, Sammy, much love. And Thomas, welcome once more time. And let's see. Commercials still going on. I remember you as well. Used to do watch-alongs in 21, 22. Really? That's amazing, Sammy. That's great, brother. That's great. It's interesting. And big news, I'm graduating high school next. That's amazing. That's great. Congratulations, brother. Thank you. That's amazing. That's a great accomplishment, High school is great because once you're out of school, once you go to college, it's a whole different world out there. So wish you the best, Sammy. Wish you the best. I'm sorry, Devin. Wish you the best. And I always wish you the best, Sammy, as well. With that being said, let's see. You'll begin training for pro wrestling? That's amazing. Wow. That's great. Have you decided a school or anything yet? Which school are you going to be going to? I know so many people now, actually, who, mostly I know people from AEW Dark, because AEW Dark was such an incredible show that used to highlight and put the spotlight on all these up-and-coming talent. And I know many people from them, from that show, who I got in touch with, who we interviewed, who we spoke, and I'm still friends with them. Some of them actually have made it and are under contracts with some companies. Some of them are still training, and it's great. I wish you the best. It's a very adventurous world out there. It's a great world out there. It's amazing. And let's see, Andy says, congratulations, may your life bring you more joy. Lovely words, Andy. Lovely words. I was looking at Instagram, and I saw a post from Trey Miguel. And Trey Miguel, he wrote a very emotional post, and in that post, he had a picture of him meeting John Cena at WWE World at WrestleMania. And he was talking about how excited he was and how his dream came true of meeting John Cena. And that made me realize that Trey Miguel is seen by many, including me, as a star himself. He's a star on his own. Great wrestler, former multi-time champion in TNA. Great guy, great athlete. And then he takes it to a public social media, right, his account, where he talks about how his dream came true, that he met John Cena. And that tells you really the legend of Cena, of course, but it also tells you the journey, right? The journey that we all go on. As a fan, a lot of people, some pursue wrestling, some don't, but the people who do, we kind of forget that at the end of the day, even many wrestlers out there are fans themselves. It's amazing. And I saw that post from Trey, and I was like, wow, this kind of opened my eyes, because we forget that many of these wrestlers, they started off and they're here because they were once a fan, and they're always a fan. And it's great because sometimes you can look at wrestlers like Mandy Rose and Trey. Let's take these two into example here. Mandy, you could tell all this while that she was not really a fan, but Trey, you look at him and he's always been a fan. He's got the heart of a fan. I tell you, these two guys, right? Tony D'Angelo and this Chase, right? Chase University CEO, Andre Chase. These two guys are like NXT for life. I'm not sure when are they ever going to be called up to the main roster, or maybe never. Are they never going to be called up? I'm not sure. It's high time. They have been around for as long as I've been doing these watch-alongs. They've always been, I'm sorry, but they've always been on NXT. I'm not sure when are they going to be called up. Everybody gets called up but them. Like Andre Chase and this guy, Tony D'Angelo, and his family. They just never get called up. It's crazy. It sucks. And I hope that Trick Williams, by the way, does not suffer the same fate, because by the looks of it. The way that he was made to job out tonight to a guy really who doesn't even belong to NXT or WWE. It's crazy. What an insult. What an insult to Trick Williams. That's awesome, Devin. That's great. That's great. You know, one of the guys that actually I'm kind of friends with, acquaintance at least, his name is Jay Vidal. And Jay, I interviewed him when he was going to wrestling school. And I believe he was a student of Gangrel. So he used to go to his wrestling school. So that's when I interviewed him first. He was working indies, independent, and then he used to go to Gangrel's wrestling school. But then a couple years later, a couple years later, I interviewed him again. But this time I interviewed him as an Impact Wrestling star. So he came a long way. But I believe he's released now, right? I think he's released now. But yeah, what a rise for him. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna get something else very soon. But yeah, I wish you the best, brother. I wish you the best. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do great. Good luck. All right, Mike Rome doing what he does best. This is going to be good. Roxanne versus Stephanie for the NXT Championship. I kind of agree, Andy. You know, there's one guy who said that he doesn't have any intentions of going to the main roster. He said, I've accomplished everything that I could in my career. I've been in the ring with some of the greatest wrestlers ever. He said that I've done it all. I've been across the board. Main roster here, main roster in another company, everything that he's done. He says that I have no intentions of ever going to the main roster. It's always up to, them. If it's always up to WWE, their decision if they want me on the main roster. But right now, I'm satisfied where I am. I'm not hungry. I am happy where I am, and I am champion. So really, I don't have any intentions of going anywhere. And that I'm talking about Sean Spears. Sean Spears, after winning his first ever title on NXT, he said that he's happy, he's content, he's satisfied, and he will not go to the main roster. This is where he wants to retire. He wants to be like a coach. He wants to help the next generation of wrestlers, staying in NXT, but also actively pursuing wrestling. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And by the way, Stephanie looking fantastic. Like, how do you not find Stephanie absolutely incredible? Look at her. She looks great. And Roxanne Perez, by the way, going for the cover on Stephanie, and Stephanie with the instant kick out. Devin says, this is amazing speech, man. Remind people we are all fans, all our childhood dreams. We can achieve them if we work for it. Absolutely. 100%, brother. 100%. I wish you the best once again, Thomas. Much love. Did you see what Natty Neidhart do? Yeah, Natty. Wait, what did she do to hype the NWA match? Let me know. Let me know, Andy. I'm not sure about that. Okay. I do know that Natty has been doing a lot of stuff. Of course, she was at Bloodsport, did the stuff she did at GCW. Now she's actually joined Busted Open Radio as one of the co-hosts, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, Natty is making a lot of moves that, or not WWE moves, but she's making a lot of moves. But let me know what she's doing for NWA now. That's interesting. By the way, Stephanie, in a little bit of trouble, being overpowered by Roxanne, but Stephanie's not going to take it easily. She rolls her up very cleverly for the cover, but Roxanne with a kick out, and Stephanie gets her down once again, going for the cover, and Roxanne with a kick out once again. Roxanne now goes for the cover on Stephanie, but Stephanie ain't even going to stay down for a one over there, and now Roxanne rolling Stephanie up. We are getting a lot of roll-ups, back and forth, back and forth. Stephanie once again has Roxanne in a roll-up again. That's right, but Roxanne one more time, shoulders up at a 2. Wow, that was like 10, 20 roll-ups in a row right there, back and forth. We got, Sean Spears said that, Auntie. That's right. We got a kick to the gut. Stephanie in trouble again. AJ, same blue outfit, man. It gotta have his brother. It's so funny because I was like rewatching last night's Raw, and it just reminded me when you said that Io Sky's wearing the same outfit, and I was like, Stephanie also wore the same outfit. And when I saw Stephanie here tonight, I was like, same outfit. Where is Andrew at? And here you are. Yeah, she's been wearing the same for like 3 days. But I tell you what, Andrew, it looks good. That outfit, good. But yeah, you're right. You're right. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people out there that would pay good money for that outfit and the smell. Lots of people out there. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. With that being said, Stephanie, it amazes me the kind of stuff that people can do, right? I remember when I was in college, there was like this crazy chatter everywhere, right? Everybody used to talk about it, that somebody on eBay had listed a bag that contained apparently Justin Bieber's breath, and they were selling that bag for like thousands of dollars on eBay. Like, really, sometimes people amaze me, and it was apparently even sold. They said that he was in a concert, he was singing, somebody held a bag up, and he got Justin Bieber's air in it, and that's why it was worth as much as it was worth. Yeah, people amaze me sometimes. What can I say? Anyways, we got Stephanie right here pulling Roxanne back into the center of the ring. Roxanne, though, holding onto the apron, causing the distraction. Now eye poke to poor Stephanie, and Stephanie now sending Roxanne to the corner. Roxanne very quickly gets on the second rope, and down she goes, stomping on her arm. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. It's not the same, though, just similar colors. It's true. Hell yeah, true. I like that. Thanks for that. It's good to know that. It's good to know that. We got, Devin says, my dream storyline is like a Taker and Cena 2018 like story. Oh, I see. Look, but the only difference that you mentioned, the 5-star classic, that's like the most important difference, because it was cool. The build-up was kind of cool, but I'm not sure what kind of a sadistic animal Vince McMahon even was to build up that match the way he did, but then give us like a joke of a match, really. It was like, I don't even know what to say. Should I call it the worst match? I don't think I can call it the worst match because we just saw Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania, so I can't call that match the worst John Cena match, I guess. But wow, that was like a joke. Vince McMahon has to be like a sadistic freaking animal to give us that match. Anyways, we got Brooklyn Joker. Welcome, brother. You met Penta Phoenix. That's so cool, Brooklyn. That's great. And by the way, Roxanne right there just punishing Stephanie. And another stomp straight to the arm of Stephanie. It's gotta hurt. I'm surprised Stephanie doesn't have more wardrobe malfunction. Okay, true. I should have not read that comment out loud. But that's I don't know what to say. It's a good question that you've posed, and I think it's a very valid one, but I guess the outfit is just tight enough to not just slip, right? But I've got to say, I love the outfit. I love everything about the outfit. It's shiny, it's glittery, but not too much. It's subtle. I like it. And when she wears the blue, she wears the red. Just a killer. It's great. And here we are. We got Devin says from a dream story for months. Brock Lesnar. Well, I don't know if Brock Lesnar is ever going to step back into the ring, but that's amazing. That's amazing. Live your dream, brother. Live your dream. And here we are now. Roxanne, though. She's got Stephanie down. Once again, looking to stomp her arm. I think Stephanie rolls out. Pretty sure she's going to roll out. Stephanie, there you go. Knew this was coming. Roll up now on Roxanne, but Roxanne with a kick out once again. I want Brooklyn. I want Stephanie on the main roster. But there's three reasons actually, why I don't think she's going to make it to the main roster anytime soon. First reason is she showed up on Raw this past Monday, right? Yesterday. That's one reason. Usually when that happens, and she's champion, so I don't think that she's going to make it to the main roster at least this year. Number two, NXT needs her. I think NXT needs Stephanie at the moment more than the main roster does. That's number two. Number three, I think Roxanne is next in line to be, pushed to the main roster for good. So these are three reasons why I feel that Stephanie, she's not going to be sent to the main roster this year. I think the NXT needs her certainly for another year at least, I feel. So, I think Roxanne, though, is definitely going to be making that permanent shift to the main roster very, very soon. Anyways, let's see what else we have here. Stephanie represents Chile perfectly. She does. She does. Very, very perfectly. I was about to say that, true. Maya Lesnar can surely do that. I was watching an interview from Maya Lesnar recently where she said that she doesn't want to live in her father's shadow, which is interesting. Wow. And a headbutt right there to Roxanne Stephanie. Oh, super kick right there. and a somewhat of a 619. You can respect that. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome, Devin. I see you're hungry. I see you want to get out there and, grind and work hard, and I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll do great. WWE needs to eventually replace Michael Cole with you, AJ. Why? When they do that, don't forget about us. Well, Sammy, thank you. But, just whatever happens, I'm just doing this for the love and, thanks to all of your support. Hopefully we find some success in the way as well. That'd be great. If not on WWE TV, at least the YouTube gets successful, hopefully. But thank you guys so much. Right now, the success to me is True, is Sammy, is Andy, is Ricky, is Brooklyn Joker, it's Thomas. You guys are the success story. It's my brother, Nautic, everybody, Jeff, everyone, right? All the guys who show up, who show love. This is my success story, and I'm very proud of it. Very much so. So, I am so grateful for all these people right now in the chat. I'm so grateful for the brothers. When I call like True or Andrew, all these people my brothers, I really mean it. They are more than just viewers on the channel. I really call them my friends. Very, 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 very grateful for every single one of them. So thank you once again, guys, really. I cannot say it enough. I say it every night, but I just cannot. I feel like it's not enough, Thank you, guys. And once again, going for the cover on Roxanne. Roxanne with a kick out and a super kick to the side of the head of Stephanie. Stephanie dazed, dizzy. I feel like Stephanie's gonna retain, but with some crazy-ass title changes that we see sometimes, I hope it doesn't happen otherwise, I hope it's not Roxanne, though. Roxanne, though, with the back break. Terrible. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. The time that I left YouTube for a little bit, like 4 or 5 months, we missed you tremendously, Andy. We did. But that time, it was Twitch that came calling, and, it was like a nice contract that we were offered. It was nice. Those were some very interesting months. Andy, we missed you. We spoke a lot about you on Twitch, but we're glad. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. Let's see. AJ, I got a question for you. Can you see Joe Hendry going to WWE? 100%, brother. I mean, I think that he's still got to be under contract with TNA until like 2026, if I'm not wrong, or 27. Well, he's in contract for quite a bit. But I feel like he will eventually end up in the WWE. They love him a lot. They love him a lot. Like WrestleMania appearance, you got to be kidding me. He's not a WWE superstar, but he's got merchandise on WWEshop.com. That's got to be a first. So, yeah, I mean, they love him a lot. And he'll end up there, 100%. I'm not a fan, though. I'm not a Joe Hendry fan at all, by any means. But apparently, a lot of people are, So that's that. By the way, Stephanie, though, with a spinning kick straight to the gut of Roxanne. I don't know if it's just me, but Joe Hendry, in the ring, is not my guy. Outside of the ring, he's making his entrance, he's singing his song, my guy. But in the ring, not my guy. So I'm just not a big fan. And here we are now, Stephanie yanking the leg of Roxanne, and she goes down. Just like that. And she lifts her up. Oh dear, backbreaker straight to Roxanne, going for the cover, and it's over, guys. Stephanie is victorious. Good stuff. Wow. Yo, you've got to be kidding me. It seems like Doctor Strange opened some kind of portal and all my brothers came right through it. Money Badger, it's been a long while and I'm so glad to see you. This guy is literally my favorite. Good to see you, Money Badger. Welcome. Welcome. I feel so happy. Great seeing you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Julia is here. This has got to be interesting. Oh, what's about to go down right now? Julia, Stephanie, the face-off. Uh-oh.
went all in here in Vegas, but all eyes
Well, she's already been through these two at, Stand and Deliver, but seems like they're not done. They want some more. They want more piece of the action, I guess. They want that gold. Julia and Jordan Grace have their eyes set on Stephanie. With that being said, we go off the air. That was quite an ending. But without a doubt right now, Stephanie is the front and center of NXT. She stole the show at Stand and Deliver, and once again tonight, she was the star to watch. Stephanie is at the top of her game, and I'm all in for it. I'm all here for it. Money Badger says, I'm going to be here on Tuesday now for sure. My brother, Money Badger, you got to be here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday maybe as well. We'll think about it. But you got to be here all the days that I'm here because I'm here every day now. Much love to you, Money Badger, and everybody else as well. It was fun watching NXT tonight. Watched it after a long while. But after Stand and Deliver, I made it a promise that I'm not skipping an episode of NXT. Whenever I can, I gotta watch it. So we're here now for NXT permanently moving forward every single Tuesday. And tomorrow we're gonna be watching AEW Dynamite. Tomorrow we might actually be multi-streaming. We could be to both YouTube and Twitch. So we're gonna be on YouTube. We will be on Twitch as well at the same time, and we're gonna be doing it live tomorrow. Hopefully it's gonna be good. But YouTube are certainly going to be here. Twitch, I will let you guys know if we're going to do it. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be here for AEW Dynamite. And I'm going to be watching AEW tomorrow after a crazy long time. But I think we're going to be having a good time anyways, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not biased towards the promotion. We are here for all the good wrestling. And tomorrow, it's AEW night. Should be fun. Should be good. I wish I was a winner for 2K25, my island. Wait, you wanted to win some... Oh, you have 2K25? Is that what you're saying? Interesting. Okay, I never bought it. I never bought the game. I'm not a 2K guy anymore. I just gave up on their games, really. Even if you look behind me, I got some 2K games, but look at what I have right here, right? I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Over here, if you look at that's WWE 12. These games were the real OG games of WWE, that did not have the 2K mark to them. But yeah. I was looking at I have a WWE 13 game right here. 1 second. I'll break it up. Sorry. So I was telling you the story of how I got something signed by the Big Show, right, on Coney Island. Yeah, this was the game. It's so funny because I got this signed by the Big Show. But as the years went on, the sign has kind of faded away. It has kind of disappeared. I don't even know if you can see it. You probably cannot, but it has Big Show's sign. I think you can see the little marker. Yeah, but you barely see it. But this was signed by the Big Show. I probably should have chosen something else to be signed, but yeah. You can faintly see it. It's there. It's there. But yeah. OG wrestling game. This is what a wrestling game should be like. Not like the 2K games. Not the money grab. Not the cash grab. These were the real OG wrestling games. So good. So good. Such a great game. All right, let's see. It's because I'm at work when wrestling is on, says Money Badger. I get that, brother. I totally get that. We got Harley Cameron, such an incredible human being, says Andy. I'm sure, brother. Oh, my island winner gets a WWE contract. Really? I had no idea. That's amazing. Okay. Big. Is the thing over? Because if that is so, then maybe I should get on 2K25 too and get a WWE contract. That would be something. Okay, that's interesting. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. It was fun watching NXT with all of you here today. Thank you once again. Much love. We got Sammy saying, moving forward, you need to ditch the blazer and the sunglasses, AJ. I'm liking this new casual look. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you. It's, I guess for NXT, we can come all casual. But then for the other shows, I guess we put on the blazer. But thank you so much. Really appreciate your kind words. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you once again, everybody. I really appreciate you. We're going to be here tomorrow for AEW. And Impact, I'm not sure. Maybe we should take a day off right now. But we'll see. We'll see. If you guys want me to do TNA, we could do TNA. Or I'm thinking, since we're just getting started, this week, let's take a day off on Thursday. And we'll be back on Friday. But let's see. We'll see. Thank you once again, Andy. That's right. Tomorrow, AEW Dynamite. We're going to be right here. David, much love to you. Money Badger, much love to you. Sammy, much love. We got True, my brother. Much love to you. We got Thomas the Train. Devin, much love to you as well, brother. Welcome back, by the way. Brooklyn Joker, love it. Andrew, Andy, everyone, thank you so much. Ricky, Bojets, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. Thank you. Take care and have a good night. Much love. Have a great day ahead for the people who are at work or who are out there grinding hard. And for those who are about to go to bed, have a good night. Sleep well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Awesome, David. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's going to be a fun time. Take care.